Hey guys, SuperHorrorBro Mike here, and in today's video we return to the world of Five Nights at Freddy's with a look at 10 more essential fan games. If you want to catch up with the best unofficial FNAF games out there, check out part 1, which I'll link at the end of this video. But for now, sit back, relax, and let's dive into the best FNAF fan games part 2. After filling in a brief job application, we step into the shoes of the latest security guard and night watchman of Circus Baby's Diner, where a surveillance system known as AFTON'S explains the ins and outs of our new shift.
Hello and welcome to Circus Baby's Pizza World. You are in establishment number 1. I am AVOS, short for Advanced Voice Over System. I will be your personal guide for the week.
Everything seems very familiar. Monitor various camera points to watch for animatronic movement, keep the generator powered up, and lock down the doors and vents if anyone gets a little too close for comfort. This is all presented beautifully, with fantastic character models and environments that look every bit as good as the best official Five Nights at Freddy's games on the market. After each night, we must fill in a variety of forms to report back to HQ about any suspicious activity, and soon even the AFTON'S security system itself seems to be acting strangely. It's nice to see a fan game embracing a more varied lineup than the typical 4 iconic mascots too. Circus Baby's Diner pits Funtime Freddy, Funtime Foxy, Ballora, and Circus Baby against the player, and their varied mechanics keeps gameplay tense and exciting. The Web of Cogs and Oil is a selection of 4 different minigames which only really connects to the FNAF universe via the inclusion of scrap animatronics. The game's story is vaguely told, but deals with occult rituals and reanimation. Each minigame features a different enemy type and challenge to adapt to. In The Corpse, we are trapped in a meat locker where the temperature must be kept above 30 so we don't freeze, and the lights powered on to stop a zombified corpse from attacking. In The Trickster, we must use a flashlight to stop a killer clown from reaching us in a dark playroom. Then, in The Demon, candles must be kept lit and a pentagram shrouded in darkness in order to prevent a scrap animatronic demon from summoning. The final minigame is called The Machine, and requires the player to unlock a series of increasingly tricky doors, all while ensuring Scrap Baby is kept at bay. These minigames are fun and frantic, if a little finicky at times, and overall this makes Web of Cogs and Oil feel like a breath of fresh air in the oversaturated realm of FNAF fan games. Afton's Revenge places us in the shoes of everybody's favourite serial killer, William Afton, as we take control of his Springtrap form, hunting down other animatronics from the series. Each stage takes place in a different environment, many of which appeared in previous FNAF games. The objective of each level is to locate the axe and use it, as the title suggests, to destroy Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Freddy. However, we must be careful not to run into Golden Freddy, as this results in a time penalty of 2 hours being added to the countdown. If we fail to destroy all of the animatronics by 7 AM, then it's game over. By successfully completing stages, we collect remnants which can then be used to unlock new levels and upgrade Afton's weapons and abilities. There are even bonus stages where we can hunt down additional characters like Balloon Boy. All of this adds up to make a quirky and at times addictive fan game where Freddy and co are on the run from us for a change. You may remember JOLIBEE'S from our previous FNAF fan game rundown last year. It's a unique take on the FNAF formula, as its characters are based on an actual restaurant chain from the Philippines by the same name. Here, the animatronics are all giant childlike dolls, aside from Jollibee himself of course. The sequel, JOLIBEE'S Phase 2, was not as good as its predecessor, but nonetheless is a highly polished fan game that at times looks even more impressive than many of the mainline FNAF games from Scott Cawthon himself. Phase 2 follows on from the story of the first game, set a few days later in the year 2037. We take on the role of a shipping company employee who guards the corrupted animatronics before they are shipped off to a new location. Gameplay involves making sure boxes are delivered to their correct destinations on a conveyor belt, all while keeping Jollibee's sinister former attractions at bay. Between each of these standard nights, we take on a selection of 4 different minigames, all which involve mundane warehouse tasks, once again made harder by the inclusion of killer animatronic kids. Acing these sub-objectives allows us to upgrade our abilities in order to better cope with the animatronic onslaught as shifts grow progressively harder. JOLIBEE'S Phase 2 is a very hard game, with a ton of grinding required in order to see it through to completion. With that said, its stunning presentation, genuinely tense atmosphere, and nightmarish jump scares make it an essential fan game. Ever fancied a festive themed FNAF game? Well, Christmas with Freddy's provides exactly that. After naively accepting a delivery of Christmas presents from the shady Fazbear company, the player finds their holiday season turned upside down and made not so merry as they are bombarded by festive themed versions of Freddy, Chica, and Bonnie. These animatronics attempt to access our home in any way they can, and so we must quickly adapt and learn a variety of tricks and tips to repel them. Rather than surviving an entire night, each section of the game takes place over a 1-hour period. Although the animatronics are very aggressive, so tension is constant and sure to make you sweat. Between each jumpscare filled round, we fill out questionnaires for Fazbear Entertainment, which help shape the gameplay experience. Filling these out incorrectly leads to a bad ending, so be careful how you answer. The Freddy Files is quite a departure from every other game on this list. Styled in the form of classic 8-bit video games from the 1980s, a look we often see in Scott's own FNAF minigames, the Freddy Files wouldn't look too out of place if we saw it running on a Game Boy Color. It also features a surprisingly spooky and well-written story that has several great twists and turns along the way. The game mixes exploration in an isometric viewpoint with classic FNAF point-and-click gameplay sequences to tell the story of a night guard who is trying to solve the mysteries of Fazbear Entertainment as well as remember his own lost memories. The way the story is gradually uncovered and drip-fed to the player through constantly changing gameplay, in conjunction with a unique art style and creepy atmosphere, makes the Freddy Files a must-play for FNAF fans. If you happen to have a fear of the dark or suffer from claustrophobia, then you might want to avoid this particular fan game. Sinister Turmoil Sewers is a demo for a much bigger and now cancelled FNAF fan game of the same name. It traps players in a maze of tunnels located in a sewer system below a carnival overrun by rogue Fazbear animatronics. Of course, we aren't alone in these tunnels. Everybody's favourite nightmare fuel, Mangle, is also trapped down here and stalks our every move. Mangle can give chase if he spots us while exploring, in addition to surprise attacking from sewer ducts around the environment. It's nerve-wracking stuff. Sinister Turmoil also offers complete freedom of movement, which makes it one of the few free roam games on this list. The objective is simple: flood the sewer channels in order to access the surface and drown Mangle for good. This is done by collecting wrenches which colour correspond with the correct valves. These wrenches are well hidden, so exploration is an unfortunate necessity. Before Five Nights at Freddy's, series creator Scott Cawthon made a handful of family-friendly adventure games. One of these games was Chipper & Sons Lumber Company. Tyke & Sons Lumber Company is a fan-made sequel expanding on the events of the original game and taking them in a dark and very FNAF-inspired direction. During the day, the game plays like a sort of RPG adventure. We plant trees, chop wood, and visit family and friends in a nearby town. There are even zany boss battles to engage in from time to time. However, when darkness falls, the beavers fall prey to animatronic terrors. Here we enter first person mode and the game plays very much like a typical FNAF title, with each night growing more and more challenging and introducing new enemies to avoid. It really is great to see the style of Scott's more innocent early games fused with the darker creations of his FNAF universe, even if he didn't make this one himself, and makes for a fan game well worth checking out. Now here's a novel idea for a fan game based on Five Nights at Freddy's, a game where many of the enemies are hideously deranged versions of popular FNAF animators and cartoonists. Animators' Hell plays very much like William Afton's Hell found in Ultimate Custom Night. Players pick as many or as few of these animatronic animators as they desire to go up against, and are then dropped into a familiar office setting where they must survive until the timer runs down. Each animatronic has a specific attack pattern and way to evade them, detailed in the description below their profile. Some of these escape methods are as simple as closing a door or monitoring a camera feed. Others have more unique methods, such as this Pac-Man character who requires a Pac-Man themed minigame to be completed on the fly.
You were so close.
The visuals are stunning and character designs horrifying. This is without a doubt one of the best and most original FNAF fan games to release in recent memory. Eddie is a big bear and is joined by cohorts Mousetrap the Mouse and Topsy the Clown as they hunt the player during their night watch shift. It's quite the mystery how this theatre company gained any kind of business with family mascots that looked this terrifying. Eddie and the Misfits doesn't reinvent the wheel, but what it does do is tweak the familiar FNAF formula and iterate upon it, all with style to spare. Presentation is fantastic, and the animatronics and jump scares are genuinely unnerving. The idea is to monitor each animatronic and make sure to either hide or shock them if they get too close to our office, but things gradually get more complicated as the nights progress. Soon we must begin guarding breaker boxes and monitoring fan temperatures, all while keeping an eye on Eddie and his Misfits. To make matters worse, and keep the game from becoming repetitive, we are given side missions between shifts. These consist of mini-games where circuit boards must be repaired and animatronics maintained.
How does the mouse feel after a night shower? Squeaky clean.
This all adds up to a brilliantly paced and challenging but fair fan game with memorable character designs and gameplay that is easy to pick up but hard to master. All the while staying clear of straight up copying Scott Cawthon's original games and managing to tell its own story with its own characters. Exactly how a good fan game should. And with that we come to the end of today's video. Let me know what your favourite FNAF fan games are in the comments section below, and remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.